check. So what we've tried to do is all the teaching and training that you've gotten from our coaches and our leads, I just want to tell you, they've spent literally years developing and bringing together what they think is the best tools to help you succeed. We don't bring people on the Rick Fuller team just to join a real estate team. We actually don't want agents that aren't productive, if I'm really honest with you, because here's why. We tell you that we want to help you achieve your goals and dreams. If you're not productive, are we helping you achieve your goals and dreams? I'll help you answer no. And the truth is, you're not going to achieve your goals and dreams if you're not productive. So we want to teach you the habits that when you do them regularly, listen, write this down in your heart and in your mind. I need to be more consistent. If you really want to be more successful in life, you just need to learn to be more consistent. And so as you focus on the right things, you're going to get the right results. And so there's 3% of your business that if you focus on it, it's going to give you 67% of the overall income you're looking for. Now, if I were you, I want to know what that 3% is. And then when I looked at my calendar, I would make sure that that 3% is taking up at least 80% of my time. Now, some of you are getting that, and some of you are like, Joe, stop teaching us about math. So I'll make it even easier. There's 3 things that you should be doing all the time. If you're not doing these 3 things all the time, you are either independently wealthy and you're only doing real estate as a hobby, and welcome to the team. I appreciate you. Tell me how you made all your money so that Shelby and I can start doing that, okay? Or if you're not independently wealthy and you're not doing these 3 things, then the truth is you're only kidding yourself. Means you have a dream or an idea of what your life could be, but you're not willing to do the work to actually get it. I'm not on here to make it rah-rah and just encourage you. I'm here to actually help you learn the things you need to do regularly that are going to make you the most money. If you've been on our momentum class, listen, I love encouraging people. It's actually what I was made for. Like, there's no time in my life that I'm doing what God created me for more than when I'm encouraging and helping people to move forward their goals and dreams. And so I'm fired up about getting on here with you. I have too much content. Everyone who's been in my momentum class knows that I always come with more than I need, because the truth to the matter is I always want to over deliver, and I want to make sure that you feel value in what you're receiving. All that to say this, I boiled down all of your training that you're going through in our ICC training center, all of your training that you're going through with Jared James, including all of your training about our team and our culture tree, and I boiled it down to a very simple plan, right? And so if you're currently going through the training, I want you to realize you're going to get out of it what you put into it. If you have not finished your training in ICC and Jared James, the truth is you have not given your business the right fuel to get going in the right direction. Now, you can still be a real estate agent. There's tons of them out there that are in real estate that are not productive because they're not willing to put the right fuel into the engine, and that's entirely up to you. Or you can do the 3% that's going to make the 67% of your income possible. This is not hard. It is lead conversion, lead generation, and lead follow-up. It's not in that order, but I actually think lead conversion is one of the things. If you master lead conversion, you're going to start to realize that lead generation becomes a whole lot easier, right? Because if you're always converting, meaning you're always growing your business, then you're always going to have people to serve. Write that down. Do not sell people, serve people. If you chase after commission, you will always chase commission. If you serve people, you will never have to chase a commission. The one who serves the most wins the most. These are not just quotes that I'm telling you, these are facts, right? So when you focus on serving people, not just trying to sell real estate, it will change the way you show up for your clients, right? Write this down. You need to have a plan, and after you have a plan, you need to work the plan, meaning you need to do it. Then you need to go back and review how it went. You actually have to review your results, Michael, right? Having a plan and doing the plan, but not going back and reviewing the results is not going to help you. And then once you review the plan, you need to prove it out. Once you have a proven model, then you can scale and duplicate. Some of you guys are still trying to prove out that your plan works. The reality is the things that we teach you, we're not trying to teach you that they work. We have actually already tested them and we know they work. So when I'm going to tell you today, I'm not actually guessing on it, and whether you do it or not, that's okay. But I believe that it works because we put the plan together, we worked the plan, we reviewed the plan, and we've found that it proved itself out. It works. So who wants to know the plan to make more money in your business? Just wave at me if you'd like me to tell you what it is. Okay, a few of you do. Okay, some of you do. Great. So for the rest of you, that's okay. Like, it's like not showing up to momentum. You don't have to show up, but when other people are making more money than you, that's okay for me. I want to help people that want to help themselves. So here's the truth. I broke it all down. It's called the 1-3-5 plan. 1-3-5 plan. Let's see. I'll pick on somebody. Carlton, are you on here? Carlton Booker, not on here right now. That's okay. Yvette is brand new to our team. Yvette Edwards, can you talk back to me? If not, Jesus, be ready. Miss Yvette, are you there? Go ahead, unmute yourself. This will help.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you today? Yeah. Yvette, because you've been in my class before, what does the 1 represent? Teach these guys.
The core 100.
All right, so the 1 represents that you are connecting with or adding to your core 100 weekly 1 person. Write that down. You need to connect with or add to your core 100 1 person weekly. Let me explain core 100 for you guys that skipped that over in the Jared James teaching. That is your business to business referrals. You need to be connecting with other professionals that are connecting with people that could use your service, because you are constantly connecting with clients that could use their service. Joe, what do you mean? I mean, how many of you guys have had a need for a gardener? Anybody? Anybody had a need for a painter? Right? How about a pool guy? Right? Anybody had a need for a decorator? Right? All of these things are opportunities that you have. Jared James actually says that there are 47 referral opportunities in every transaction. 47 different opportunities for you to refer people. If they're moving in from out of the area, restaurant referrals, the gym. If you're like Shelby, some of the things that are super important to her is getting her nails done or getting her hair done. And so you have got to put together a list. And the idea of Core 100 is that you are going to find 100 professionals that you would be willing to refer. See, some people go about this the wrong way, and they think they need to find 100 professionals that will refer them. If you start from a place of wanting to help other people achieve their goals and dreams, you will achieve your goals and dreams. So here's kind of a sample of what this might look like. Maybe I'm talking to a painter, and here's what I say. I say, hey, Mr. Painter, my name's Joe. I'm with the Rick Fuller team. One of the things that I do regularly is meet people that want to update their home by getting a fresh coat of paint. I'd love to refer you in your business. What is the best way for me to refer you? And then let them talk about their business. Let them brag about themselves. Have you ever figured out that people like to talk about themselves? Anybody ever figured that out? Yeah, it's true, right? And you've got to let them. And then all you're going to do is you're going to take 1 or 2 things that they say so that you know how to refer them in a powerful way. Because saying, I have a painter is not the best way to refer someone. Saying, I have a painter and they specialize on making sure that their clients get the job done quickly and that they show up and that they make sure the job is done on time. How many of you guys think a painter that shows up on time and gets the job done quickly is a painter worth referring? Wave at me. Absolutely. Well. Come on, Brian. any contractor, any service person that shows up on time and gets the job done on time, and even better, gets it done under budget, that's a person you want to refer. Guys, when you refer someone, when you focus on giving out referrals in your Core 100, then here's the thing. It's something that I learned through a BNI group that Rick was part of, givers gain. Meaning this, how many of you guys are more apt to refer someone that has referred you? Wave at me. When somebody refers you, you are like, I want to get them a referral back, right? How many of you guys, and now some of you guys need to be real, like I'm going to call out Megan since I see her there. Megan, unmute yourself for a minute.
Yes.
Megan, how excited are you about referring someone that you've given 2 or 3 referrals to, but they haven't referred you once?
Not very excited.
You're not excited at all because you're helping their return on investment, but they're not helping your return on investment. So here's the other thing about Core 100, guys. You have to know your numbers. Write this down. In your Core 100, you need to know who they are. You should have a list of your own Core 100. It should have their name, the type of industry they're in, their phone number, how many leads you've referred to them, and how many leads they've referred to you. If people will receive your referrals but not refer you, you need to get them off your list and stop referring them. If they don't care enough about your business and you care more about theirs than they do you, they're a bad referral source. But when you cultivate these relationships, and the truth is you're never going to get 100. Joe, I'm going to work really hard to get my 100. Listen, you want to have 100 different people in different industries. Because here's the thing, if you're front loaded and all of your referrals are mortgage lenders, how good are you going to be at being able to refer all of them? Not very good, right? So you don't want to have more than 2, maybe 3 in certain industries. You don't want to have more than 2 or 3 people in a certain industry in your Core 100. Here's the other thing I realized in teaching momentum. I ask people about their Core 100 and they give me some fictitious number. They say, oh, I have like 45 people in my Core 100. No, you don't. You know 45 people that maybe own a business. Or it doesn't have to just be the owner. This is kind of a pro tip. It can be the person at the front desk that has the most influence on the clients as well. Many times, I will tell you this, I learned this years ago, it wasn't the owner that had the ear of the client. It was the actual sales manager, sales director, or the personal assistant that knew the clients better than even the owner of the business. That's just a nugget for you. They can refer you more often. Here's what you're trying to find. A really good Core 100 person will give you 7, write this down. They will give you 7 quality referrals a year. 7 quality referrals a year. Now, just for simple math, if you had 10 good Core 100 people, how many referrals does that turn into in a year? Not everyone answer at once. Okay, I'll do the math. It's 70. Because if you have 10 that you've really cultivated a relationship with and they give you 7 a year, that is 70 referrals. Would anyone's life and business change if you had 70 referrals coming in? Yeah, every single one of you would, because referrals are the easiest leads to convert because someone actually referred you. So the 1 is one person added to or met with. And this is important. Some people, every time I ask this, because on Momentum I ask you, how'd you do on your 135 this week? And you have to give the number. And if you have a 0, that's fine. You have to own that 0. Because if you do this only 40 weeks out of the year, you'll add 40 new people to your Core 100. All you're looking for is the ones that are going to refer you on a regular basis, guys. But business-to-business referrals have got to be part of your business. And so that's people that are actually serving other people that you could actually help. And you have people that they could help. And so really, really important. Here's the other part. You should never give more than 3 referrals to someone without receiving one referral back. Write that down. If you give them 3 opportunities, they should at least give you 1 opportunity back. Because the truth is, we might be able to refer that painter more than he can refer us, but he has got to be working on referring us too. Okay? If you're outside of that, you need to have a heart-to-heart conversation. And here's what it sounds like. Hey, do you really care about my business? Because I've proven I care about yours. I know that seems harsh, Michael. I saw your eyes go back, but that's the truth. If you don't care enough about your business to have that conversation, then don't put that person in your core 100. Okay? And so super important. Now, the number 3, Jesus, you are on here. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hello.
Jesus, what does the number 3 represent in our 135 plan?
You want to serve 3 people in your SOI.
Thank you so much, Jesus. So what he's telling you, I did not say you need to sell 3 people. You need to serve 3 people in your SOI. What SOI stands for, people that know you, like you, and trust you. So, for instance, Jesus, is everyone in your sync profile your SOI?
No.
No, and that's a mistake that many people make. I'll ask them how many people are in their SOI, and they tell me the whole number in your sync profile. Listen, if they don't know you, like you, and trust you, they're not in your SOI yet. I actually just came up with this last week, and actually it's a nugget. I changed know you, like you, and trust you to if they know you, they recognize you. If they like you, you've built rapport with them. And if they trust you, you have a relationship. You cannot have trust without a relationship. So you should know the people in your SOI, where are they at? Some people, they look at you and they recognize you. You need to work on building rapport with them. Some people, you have a good rapport, but you haven't taken it to a place of trust yet. When you work your SOI to the place where you have people that know you, like you, and trust you, and then you call and reach out to them. And right now has been the easiest time to do this. You should have already called through your whole SOI during this COVID-19. If you didn't, or you're late to the party, here's your call, here's your script. Hi, it's your friend Joe. I just wanted to see how you and your family are doing. Stop. Do not try and sell them anything about real estate right now. Just be a human being and show up for them. The people in our momentum, literally when I ask them, did you serve 3 people out of your SOI? They tell me things like, yeah, I took groceries to my aunt because she needed groceries this week. Yeah, a friend of mine called me and he was struggling because he lost his job. And so Joe, I showed up for him and I encouraged him. Oh, and by the way, I don't know why, Joe, but 2 weeks later, the guy calls me and says, hey, you're in real estate, right? My brother wants to buy a house. So serving people is making sure that you stay top of mind, okay? And so you need to serve at least 3 people a week out of your current SOI, your sphere of influence, okay? Now, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. I know you guys all knew that and you said it back to me. You're just muted. Here's the thing. You cannot fake caring. Caring is when you show up for people when there's nothing in it for you. And the truth is, Katie, are you still on here? Did Katie have to jump, guys? Katie modeled this so well during COVID-19. She's had to jump. Hey, there you are. Katie, you modeled this probably the most effective way I've ever seen anyone model. You found a need that everyone had, and it had 0 to do with real estate, but you took your ability to sew and you served hundreds of people by sewing masks. Katie, just so everyone knows this works, have you had anyone hire you that you sewed a mask for?
I think I've had, I'm in the process of 3 transactions directly related to my masks.
Katie, thank you so much for sharing that. Just so they don't think that I'm actually teaching them something that doesn't work. The truth is, when you serve people and when you show up in a crisis, just know this. One of my favorite books says, a brother or sister is born through adversity. When you show up in a crisis, those people know that they can trust you. right? When you show up and you just say, hey, I'm here to serve in any way I can, right? Man, the truth is when you serve enough people and you help them achieve their goals and dreams, you get to achieve your goals and dreams. Here's what I want to help you with. If you have not taken your SOI and split it into 2 categories, listen up. The first category is everyone in your SOI that is renting or lives with mom and dad or is not yet on their own, having their own place. You need to know everybody in your SOI that does not own a home. And of course, the second category is everyone in your SOI that does own a home. How can you serve them specifically geared toward real estate? You do something like this. For everyone in your SOI that owns a home, you run a fuller value report for their home. You do that, you prepare it, you call them, and you say something like this. Hey, Tom and Joanne, I just wanted to reach out to you. You know I'm actually in real estate, and I ran the value of your home. I just sent it to you in an email, and if you want it, it's free. It's just information I know a lot of my clients want, and I wanted to make sure you had it. If you have any questions, I can absolutely jump on a Zoom call for 15 minutes and answer any questions you might have. This is not about you selling your home today, but I just want to make sure you have good information because you can't make good decisions with bad information. How many guys think you could do that for the people that own homes in your SOI? How many of y'all think you should be doing that on a regular basis? Wave at me. This is super easy. It's how you show up and serve them. Now, for everyone who is renting, this is even easier, I think, right? You're going to call them and you're going to say, hey, did you know that interest rates are at an all-time low and you're probably paying more in rent than you would if you looked at purchasing a home? Hey, it's really not about you owning a home right now, but it's about me giving you the information and the steps. We have this thing called a Fuller Roadmap. You should all know it. It's how you serve people that haven't yet bought a home. You just teach them the steps. Guys, I did this with a group of non-licensed people in a training I did called Basic Training. And much like Katie said, she got 3 clients just by serving people. They had to serve 3 people out of their SOI when they were non-licensed. Uh-oh, what did I say? They served 3 people out of their SOI when they were not licensed. So that meant people like Shelby and Wendy and Brian showed up for those people and went and actually did the Fuller Value Report or went and did the actual roadmap, which allowed the person that was non-licensed to learn what it's going to look like to do that in the future so they could be successful. And Shelby, unmute yourself, not just because you're my wife and you're hot, but because I like you a lot.
You have to
I can say that. I don't have to say those things, but it's true. Shelby, with my basic trainers, you actually on one basic trainer, you pulled out how many clients?
I'll
help you. It was 2. You pulled out a listing and a buyer because Shelby showed up, guys.
Two.
Yeah. Shelby showed up, and the people, when they did the appointment, they had no desire, Dan, to sell their home. But once they showed up and they saw the value of their home, they already knew in 2 years they wanted to move to a better school district. When they saw how much their home was worth, even though they had no desire to move, they called our office back in a week and said, you know what, we need to put this house on the market. So they sold with us and they bought with us when they had no intention of doing either because we served them where they were. So if you want to increase your business, some of you guys don't have any appointments on your calendar right now. It's because you're not serving the people in your SOI the way you can, right? And so serve them the way you can. For some of it, just call and check in on them, right? For those though that you know are renting or you know that own, do what you can to help them today. It's not about them buying or selling real estate. It's about you being top of mind, and it's about you showing up, not for what's in it for you, but it's you showing up and just serving them. Does that make sense? Is this helpful? Good. Okay, let's see who else is on here that I can pick on. I'm not really picking on you guys. I think if you teach someone something, you should actually be able to ask them and they should be able to tell you what you taught them. How many guys think that's true? Otherwise, the teacher's wasting their time. I'm going to pick on my concierge. Teresa, unmute yourself and turn towards these guys real quick. I told her she could listen to this training. She's not even an agent, but watch this. Teresa, what does the 5 on the 1-3-5 plan stand for?
500,000? I don't know. I don't know. It's not 500,000? No.
No, I wish it was. What are you supposed to grow every single day as an agent?
Oh, your SOI.
Thank you, Teresa. Teresa's not an agent, but I've taught her these things. You should be growing your SOI every single day. So you should be adding 5 people. Everyone put your hand up like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people to your SOI every single week, right? If you add 5 people to your SOI every single week, it means that you're actually having conversations about real estate every single week. For some of you, if you want to know why your business isn't growing, it's because you're waiting for business to come to you. And you need to be out talking to people about real estate on a regular basis, okay? Now, the 5 people, most real estate agents meet new people where? Where do you think?
Open houses.
Oh, thank you, Jesus. Most real estate agents are meeting new people at open houses or big face-to-face events, right? Matter of fact, about 92%, and that's not a made-up statistic. I watched a webinar on this just the other day with the #1 marketing team in real estate in the country. And they said most agents are failing today because 92% of their business came from face-to-face gatherings. How many face-to-face gatherings can you have in California now? Crickets, right? Right now, the things that we're normally using to grow our business are not accessible to us. So does that mean we stop growing our business? I'll answer for you. No, unless you want to go out of business, right? And so you need to be meeting with new people. And again, remember, know, like, and trust. SOI is people that know you, like you, and trust you, meaning they can recognize you in a crowd, that you've built rapport with them. You can tell me at least 3 personal things about them and their dream, and you've built a relationship with them, which means you served them when there was nothing in it for you, right? If you will do that, you will continue to grow your SOI, okay? Some of the things that they're talking about doing right now that you can actually continue to grow is you can be doing things like putting an email together and sending it out to your current SOI and asking them, is there anybody I should know? Is there anybody that you're currently helping or in relationship with that you think I could help? If the answer is yes, you've just found new people to add and start building a rapport with to grow your SOI, okay? Here's the other thing. You guys that are using social media, congratulations. You should have been using social media 3 years ago. Welcome to the party, and it's not about whether you like it or not. If you think I'm playing, ask Rebecca. I made her go live in the middle of Momentum because she didn't do her homework. But when she went live, she found out that people actually care about what she says. And people started liking her post and sharing her post. Some of you guys need to get over, right? If you have an apprehension to going live or using social media, you need to get over it, okay? You don't have to be the person that creates everything. It's why we have a marketing department. They'd love to help you. Give them a call. But here's what you need to do. You need to be growing your SOI by building a crowd on social media. And then once people respond to a post, if they respond to your post with a thumbs up or they respond to your post with a like or a heart, respond back, write this down, with an emoji or something, okay? Respond back with a thumbs up to them or a heart to them and ask them a question. Joe, what is that question? I don't care. Ask them a question and get them to respond. When you do that, the algorithm in social media, specifically Facebook, will allow you to start showing up more in their feed, okay? If it's real estate related, then ask a real estate question. But once they respond to your question, take it out of, right, a group chat and take them into a direct message and work on getting into a conversation on how you can serve them. Again, not sell them. Find out what you can do as a professional today that will help them and their family. This is how you continue to grow your SOI when you can't get face-to-face with people. Also, I recommend when you're out and you're grocery shopping or you're doing things like that, I know this is a little old school, but Dan, I got a little old school in me, right? Get a business card. But Joe, I don't have business cards. Use your digital business card. Even though you have a mask, please be a human being and say hi to people. Meet new people, okay? And again, ask a question. If you just engage with people, I know my family thinks I'm a little freaky. I've never met a stranger, people. I've only met friends that I hadn't met yet. You need to realize that if you will not minimize who you can serve and you just serve people where they are, you're never going to worry about commission. Because when you serve people and you work this 1-3-5 plan, you are actually doing the 3% that's going to give you 67% of your income. Now, in contrast, if you're not doing this, you're giving up 67% of your income. So it's really entirely up to you. And I check in on this every single week, 1-3-5, okay? Guys, you don't have to do it all day. You just got to do it every day. Thank you, Jesus. That's how the 1-3-5 plan works. If you want to go more in depth on any of these, I'm going to be doing another momentum class where I'll be teaching these things. But I hope this helped. Wendy and Shelby, I'm going to send it back to you.
Thank you, Joe. That's awesome. I appreciate that. Question on your momentum, is that a your Friday half an hour call moving forward? That's a Zoom call you're putting up?
Yeah, all I did was use the link that I already had on everyone's calendar. And let me just say this, guys, I don't make anything out of doing that, right? My whole goal is to serve you guys. Like, I'm going to charge. I didn't charge our team this last time, but the reality is I'm going to charge people to learn the things that I'm teaching you, because believe it or not, I think my time is valuable too. How many guys would agree? And so I'm trying to show up powerfully for our team, because nothing makes me more excited than seeing people. And I'm just being real with you. I love seeing what's happening in Jesus's business right now. I loved watching Eileen go through COVID-19 and close transactions and get to be a part of that and get to be an encouragement to that, right? I love just being an asset to our coaches, Shelby and Wendy. I can't help you at all in transactional things, so don't ask me, because I'm not licensed, so I won't have an answer for you. But when it comes to the people side, that's what I really focus on. Lead generation, lead conversion, and lead follow-up. There's some other things that I'll be sharing again. On that 30-minute call, Wendy, it's really about them being able to come and ask questions and me trying to give them, clear answers to take the next step.
Perfect. I just want to make sure that some of the people who didn't get the Zoom link before, maybe we can send that Zoom link out on the calendar so they can pick it up. Just thank you. Any
Does
other
anyone have any
comments from anybody?
questions?
Yeah.
Hey, hello, Joe, can you hear me? All right, I just want to say something. I just want to hop on here really quick and just kind of give Joe a testimonial. I think we're all kind of in uncomfortable times right now, and we're having to find ways to kind of do business a little bit differently. My testimonial to just that momentum series is I have built momentum in my business, and that is a big thanks to Joe. And I think what it is too is those people within that call, because we report our stats week in, week out. Joe's going to ask us every single week, what's your 1-3-5? What does that look like? And I'll tell you, when we first started, you could tell people were afraid to put that 0. They were afraid to put that 0. But if they showed up next week or the week after, guess what? They're like, oh yeah, Joe, I got 1. Actually, I got 3. I'm working on 5. I got 3, but 1-3-3. But we meet you where you're at. And you know, seeing some of my peers, seeing seasoned agents still meeting their numbers on 135 is even more motivating. So for our starting agents, if you have someone who's seasoned and it has a fully functioning business and they can still meet their 135, what's your excuse? You know, and I think Joe puts us in an opportunity for growth. And what I mean by that, social media. I don't know how many times Joe has challenged me and said, hey, I want you to post this on social media and see your reaction. And I'll tell you, a lot of us weren't happy, but we did it. And we got a lot of responses from it, whether it's family saying, hey, how are you? What it did, it allowed us to spark that conversation. And just to that point, like I said, if you guys want to be held accountable, if you want to take your business to the next level, I highly recommend our momentum plan. I highly recommend you hop on with Joe. I highly recommend you hop on that call with people who are just holding themselves accountable. So thanks, Joe. I appreciate you. And you're a blessing.
Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Hey, guys, write this down. One quick nugget. I like giving nuggets. So let me give you a nugget. If you want to get leads, then buy ads. Write that down. If you just want to get leads, then pay for ads. Now, I don't think you should do that on our team because we're actually paying for the ad. But if you want to grow influence, start being a content creator. And what does that mean? It means go live and talk about what you're a professional at and let people then respond to you, right? Some of you guys, again, you need to change your model from trying to find people that you can help buy and sell real estate to realizing serve people where they are today. And then they're going to say, hey, don't you do real estate? For instance, I'm not an agent, but there is probably not a month that goes by, you can ask my wife, that somebody doesn't call me and say, Joe, can you help us sell our house or can you help us buy a home? Now, the reality is the answer to that is yes, but I'm not going to be the one that does it. It's going to be Shelby, my beautiful bride, right? Or it's going to be one of our listing specialists that we actually are able to hire for our personal clients. Now, they know that because they see me show up and then people are talking about what I'm doing. The same thing works for you, right? So for instance, like Dan, you should be going live because if you haven't watched some of Dan's lives, Dan is really active on social media. And I don't mean active on real estate. Dan, you're just active on social media. People follow what you post. I love your food posts, by the way. Don't stop sending those because I'm living vicariously through your food, right? But the truth is, Dan gets a lot of engagement, okay? And so, Dan, if you start shifting and every now and then just put out a nugget about what you're a professional in, you're going to start to see people are paying attention, not just to your food posts, but to the things that you're doing professionally in real estate. It's going to help you grow your business, right? But he started by just showing up. Like, I don't think there's a week that goes by, Dan, that you're not posting something on Instagram, right? Or Facebook. Am I correct? Yep, you gave me a thumbs up.
Awesome, and so true. It's just about serving people and serving them right where they're at. Just this week, I got a couple emails from people who I sold homes to last year and a year before, and one was a new build, and they were asking, hey, do you know of an inspector who can come out and take a look at my home? And then that way, before their year is up on their new build, that they can ask the builder to do all those repairs. And so that's just serving people where they are. I don't know how many times that I've been, out and about showing properties or out on appointments, and I have buyers from 5 years ago. My water heater went out. What do I do? And then I'm like, do you still have the home warranty? And guys, it really is just serving them right where they are. And they know that we're genuinely and authentically just serving them because we care about them as people. And so if you just serve them right where they're at, then you will reap the benefits, the harvest by sowing seed every day. That's basically what the 135 is, sowing seed every day, and then you'll reap the benefits of that. So I think that's it for the meeting. We're gonna wrap up. Thank you so much for your guys' time. We appreciate it. Let's go out and serve more families together. We're here if you guys need us and have any questions.
Thank you, Joe, and everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.